Welcome students. In previous lecture we was discussing about distance and displacement, and in that topic one question is given as a homework for you. The question is given: a cyclist moves in open ground and travel 500 meter. 500 meter. After each 500 he takes the turn by 60 degree. By 60 degree. In this way he complete its one rotation. You can see there he is taking the turns by 60 degree. Started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this way he completes the journey. After each 500 he takes the turn by 60 degree. This is 60 degree, 60 degree, 60 degree, 60 degree, and again what? 60 degree. In this complete it's one rotation. I ask find the distance and displacement in, I think, in 7th, 8th and 9th turn. So this is 6, again this will be 7, this will be 8, and this will be what? 9th. So we have to find the distance and displacement between 7th, 8th and 9th turn. So first we have to complete the diagram for this. This is the diagram. Okay. So first, what distance and displacement for 7th? Distance and displacement. Okay. So in 7th turn, what are distance? It complete its one rotation. It will be 3000. 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. It is a scalar quantity distance. And again in 7th, again it travel 500. So distance will be 3500 meter. What a displacement? It started journey from 6 and again back to 6. It means displacement be 0. And the question is asking about 7th. It will 7. So between 6 and 7 the total displacement is what? 500. So displacement is 500 meter. This is the 7th turn. Are you getting the point? What is very clear? When it takes one rotation, distance will be 3000, and again question is asked about 7th one. 7th one point is here. Again 500 he will travel. It means the total distance is 3500 and displacement will be, here displacement will be 0 and again 500, so it will be 500 meter. This is the 7th turn. 8th turn. 8th turn is here. So you have to apply the parallelogram theorem. This angle will be, you better know, 60 degree. So what are 8th turn? So first your distance is very clear. Distance is 3000, 3500 and again 500. So distance will be 4000 meter. It is very clear. Distance normally have to add up. So distance will be 4000 meter. Okay. What are displacement? So no doubt. Let's suppose this is P and this is Q. Already taught. R is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos 60. What if P value P is 500 and Q this is 500, so this value will be again 500. P and Q both are 500. So what are R is equal to under root 500 whole square plus 500 whole square plus 2 P and Q. P is 500, Q is 500. Again 2 into 500 whole square cos 60 1 by 2. 2 will cancel out. 500 whole square will common. So R is equal to, it will come outside the square root. So it will be 500 under root 1 plus 1 plus 1. It will be 500 root 3 meter. This is the displacement of 8th turn. This is the displacement of 8th turn. Are you getting the point? So this is the story of what? 8th turn. Distance will be 4000 meter and displacement will be 500 root 3 meter. Okay. Now the time of 9th turn. What a 9th turn? What a distance? You better know distance. Again 500 will add up again. So it will become 4500 meter. Are you getting? And what are the displacement? Directly we go from 6 to 9. Our journey will stop at 6. At 6 to 9 this is 500. This is equilateral angle. This is 500. So no doubt this will be 500. So directly we will go through this one. So 500 plus 500. So it will be 1000 meter. This is the answer of 9th turn. Are you getting? So this is the critical question or some little difficult in the cases of what? Distance and displacement. So this is all about your assignment. Okay. So now our next topic is speed and velocity. Here is the point, speed and velocity. So this is very easy. Speed is equal to total travel distance upon total time. Speed is equal to, very easy, speed is equal to total distance upon total time. Speed is equal to total travel distance upon total time. What are velocity? It is a velocity is equal to, you have to know, total distance travel in specific direction, that is called displacement. So it is a displacement upon time, total time. Are you getting the point? Very easy point I am talking. This is the 9th level. Speed is equal to total distance upon total time. Velocity is equal to total distance in a specific direction divided by total time, and total in a specific direction, that is also called displacement upon time. It is a scalar quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. This is basic difference. It is a scalar quantity. If I ask find the speed, you have to find out distance. If I ask find the velocity, you have to find out displacement, as usual, as I taught you, distance and displacement. Okay, it is always positive speed. It could be positive, it could be negative, and it could be what? Zero. You better know. Its unit is meter per second, and its unit is again meter per second. So this is the basic concepts of speed and velocity. It is a distance upon time, and it is a displacement upon time. Time will be same. You have to find the distance and displacement as usual. If you are putting displacement, you will get the velocity. If you are putting distance, you will get the what? Speed. Okay. So this is the basic knowledge of speed and velocity. So there are many types of speed in your syllabus. So types of this velocity or types of speed, both will be in the same manner. So types of velocity. So first, uniform velocity. Uniform velocity. So see there, when any body travel equal distance in equal time, when any body travel equal distance in equal time, this is called uniform velocity. Let's suppose your journey started from A to what? B, and total distance is 100 kilometer. Okay, let's suppose first 25 kilometer you travel in 1 hour, second 25 again you travel in 1 hour, again 25 in 1 hour. It means your velocity is 25 kilometer per hour, and this is called uniform velocity. So what is the complete answer? When any body travel equal distance in equal time interval, such type of velocity is called uniform velocity. And its graph, this is x, this is t. Xt graph will be as like this, equal distance in equal time, and this is the velocity and time graph you will get as like this. This is velocity time, and you have to write here velocity 25 kilometer per hour. If I ask find for this, so it will be 25, 152, 25 kilometer in 1 hour, again 50 kilometer in 2 hours, it will be 25. So this is the data for this one. So this is the graph knowledge. Xt graph will be in that point, and Vt graph will be as this. If you are getting graph as like this, Xt graph you are getting as like this, this is called body remains in what? Rest. You can see time is increasing while position is not going to change. All time position is same. It means body is in rest. While this is called uniform velocity for Vt graph, and this is called uniform velocity for what? Xt graph. So this is all about your uniform velocity. So what is uniform velocity? When any body travel equal distance in equal time, this is called uniform velocity. Xt graph is in straight line. Here again Vt graph in parallel line of time. You can see time is increasing but velocity is not going to change. You can see velocity all time remains 25. So this is called uniform velocity. And if you are getting Xt graph as like this parallel line, it means time is going to increase but position not is changing. Position is not changing. This is called body remains in what? Rest. Okay. So this is all about your uniform velocity. Our second point is non-uniform velocity. Non-uniform. Okay. Let's suppose in the same question, A to B, 100 kilometer. First 25 travel in 1 hour, and again another 25 travel in half an hour. And then another 1 by 25 in 1 by third hour. So what you are getting? equal distance in unequal time or unequal distance in equal time, this is called non-uniform. If you find the velocity, velocity is equal to distance upon time, your displacement. So 25 upon 1 is equal to 25. Here velocity will be 25. Here velocity will be 25 upon 1 by 2, it will be 50 km per hour. Here 25 upon 1 by 3 is equal to 75 km per hour. So what we are getting? We are getting that velocity with time, velocity is going to change. And that type of velocity is called non-uniform velocity. Are you getting the point? When any body travel equal distance in unequal time or unequal distance in equal time, such type of velocity is called non-uniform velocity. Okay? For that, if your question is given non-uniform, so you have to find out the two type of velocity. This is called average velocity and instantaneous velocity. So I will talk first average velocity. Average velocity. If body is moving through non-uniform velocity, you have to go through average velocity. To average velocity, let's suppose distance travel is x1, x2, x3, so on. Time is t1, t2, t3, so on. Velocity is v1, v2, v3, or so on. Let us suppose some data are given as like this. Distances travel x1, x2, x3, so on. Time given t1, t2, t3, so on. Velocity is given v1, v2, v3, so on. So what are average velocity? Let's suppose you are given x and t. In data xt is given, so you have to find out the velocity. V average is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus so on divided by t1 plus t2 plus t3 plus so on. This is first formula for your average velocity. Are you getting the point? If in data only this position and time is given, you have to find v average is equal to total distance or total in a specific direction upon total time. So this will be the formula for this one. Let's suppose in formula t is not given, only x and v is given. In any formula only x and v is given. So you have to find out the average velocity. So you can make the rough work. Velocity is equal to distance upon time. The distance is x upon time, but time is not given. X and v is given. So first you convert the time in the form of this. So what we get here? T is equal to x upon v. Are you getting the point? Because time is not given in that formula, so you have to convert that, because we need time here, so we have to convert the time into x and v. So what a formula? V average is equal to x1 plus x2 plus so on. X is given, divided by t1 plus t2, and the value of t1 t2 you can get from here. x1 upon v1 plus x2 upon v2 plus so on. This is the formula for average velocity when x and v is given. Many numericals are given in your NCERT. Okay. Let's suppose if any formula only v and t is given. Formula is here. Displacement upon time. If any formula only v and t is given, you have to find out v average is equal to what value of x? You better know. Rough work. X is equal to or v is equal to x upon t. So x is equal to vt. We need here x1, x2. So x converted into velocity into time. So v average is equal to what we get here? v1 t1. This is the value of x1 plus v2 t2 plus so on divided by t is given there. So it will be t1 plus t2 plus so on. This is the another formula of average velocity. So there are three different formulas. This is average velocity when xt is given. This is the formula of average velocity when velocity and displacement is given, and this is formula when velocity and time is given. You have to find out by this one. So this is all about your average velocity. Okay, so that's all for today.